Italy is one of the top wine producing countries in the world, but not all Italian wine is the same. In fact, it's quite different. Well, I'm Nathan Dale, wine expert with ABC Fine Wine and Spirits.
And I'm Paul Quaglini, also a wine expert with ABC Fine Wine and Spirits.
And today we're going to talk about the difference in Italian wines. I love Italian wines. It's some of my favorite wines in the world. But you know who's a real expert? Paul. He's actually an Italian wine ambassador, and heck, his name is Quaglini. Quaglini?
In America, it's Quaglini. In Italy, it's Quaini. And it is true what Nathan said, I am an Italian wine ambassador. But what does that mean? Back in 2017, I enrolled myself into a course in Verona, Italy, called the Veneto International Academy. At that time, there were 600 people that applied. 50 of us were accepted and 25 of us passed. It was really one of the proudest academic moments I've had in my life. Really grueling, but I'm very happy I did it. And now I am an Italian wine ambassador. Italy is a fascinating wine growing country. Unlike France, where you have certain regions where grapes grow, in Italy, the entire peninsula is covered with vines. You have to remember, the peninsula is really very mountainous all the way down, and vines naturally grow everywhere. With Italy's rich history and culture, it's very easy to think of Italy as this really ancient country. In reality, it's only been a unified country since 1861. So if you're trying to learn about Italian wine, I think it's much simpler to break up Italy into the 20 separate regions that exist in Italy and learn about each one separately. Let's take a quick tour of some of Italy's most famous wine regions.
The first stop on our tour is Piedmont. Piedmont is the land of Nebbiolo. So Nebbiolo is where Barolo and Barbaresco come from. Now, when you're dealing with the wines of Italy, they're most often named after the place, not the grape. So Barolo is Nebbiolo and Barbaresco is Nebbiolo. And these are powerful, very aromatic, high tannin wines. But when they're in the glass, they're kind of soft looking. They look lighter in color. They kind of look like Pinot Noir, which is really fun, especially when you're blind tasting. It can really trip you up. But they're big, lovely, powerful red wines that if I'm at a steakhouse, I often will order Barolo or Barbaresco because they can stand up to big hunks of meat like that.
Traveling to the east from Piedmont, you go into the region of the Veneto. The Veneto, of course, is famous for the powerful, rich wines of Amarone, made mainly with the Corvina grape. The wines of Amarone are really rich, powerful, complex wines, really contemplation wines. It's a beautiful region. The city of Verona is there. Venice is there, one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
The next stop on our tour is Tuscany. So Tuscany is a place where Sangiovese is king. In Tuscany, you have Brunello di Montalcino, you have Chianti Classico, you have Vino Nobile di Montepulciano. These are all places where Sangiovese is grown, and the wines are mostly, if not 100% Sangiovese. And Sangiovese is a beautiful, high-acid grape that is perfect for all things red sauce, pork dishes. It's one of those lip-smacking, mouth-watering grape varieties that sometimes is overlooked, and it shouldn't be, because these are really spectacular and sometimes very long-lived wines.
If you're in Tuscany, there's a certain type of steak that you must have. It's called the Chianina. They're these big, majestic white cows, and their steak is absolutely delicious. A Chianina steak with a bottle of Chianti Classico or Brunello is a match made in heaven.
Before we get to our next wine region of Italy, if you feel like you're learning something, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Another Italian wine region I really like to talk about is Campania, which is really like the front ankle or the frankel of Italy, if you think about it. But Campania is a place where they grow a grape called Aglianico. And Aglianico can be grown and made in an area called Taurasi. That's the commune within Campania. And Taurasi is known as the Barolo of the South because Aglianico is a big, powerful, unctuous, tannic grape variety. And it's one of the latest harvested grapes that is grown. They literally harvest the Aglianico of Taurasi in November, and that's crazy because most harvest times are early October, late September. That's common. Big, powerful, delicious, almost rustic in style, but still very, very elegant.
In the heel of the boot, you have the famous region of Puglia. Puglia is a complete other world from other parts of Italy. Down in Puglia, you'll find mainly Primitivo-based wines, but you'll also find some Negro Amaro and Malvasia Nero. These are deep, rich, very warm Italian wines. Just love them. Very close to Puglia is the region of Basilicata. Basilicata is most known for an extinct volcano called the Vulture. And on this particular extinct volcano, there's one particular winemaker. I absolutely love her wines. Her name is Elena Fucci, and she makes an Aglianico del Vulture that is absolutely to die for. It's delicious, rich, dark, complex, tarry wine. Really something you shouldn't miss. Going down into the toe of the boot of Italy, you find the region of Calabria. Calabria also has a number of indigenous grape varieties. One of my favorite is a grape variety called Galliopo.
Galliopo!
This is a warm region of Italy, so yes, they do produce red wines, but they also make a lovely rosé out of the Galliopo grape variety from Vincent Ippolito, another delicious summertime rosé to try. Also, let's not forget the two beautiful Mediterranean islands that are part of Italy as well. Sardinia is one of the most spectacular places in the world I've ever been to. They also are famous for their wine. They have Vermentino, the famous white wine. And then, of course, there is Sicily. Sicily is an enormous island with all kinds of different topography and grape varieties. One of my favorite wines comes from an active volcano called Mount Etna. Here the wines are made with, again, indigenous grape varieties, Nerello Mascalese and Nerello Cappuccio. Delicious wines, almost Pinot Noir-like in the glass, but with grippy acidity and tannins. Delicious food wines, absolutely love them. Maybe a tour of Italy isn't in the cards for you this year, but certainly stop by our stores and shop our Italian wine section. Pick yourself up a bottle of the La Spinona Bergera Barolo. I absolutely love this wine. It has this unique power and concentration with a magical perfume of roses and tar. You'll absolutely love this wine. And check out our other videos.